This business for me, it's allowed me to bring back my inner child. So we have ninja stars that you can throw. We have like these metal throwing cards. They literally have like ace and king and queen on them, and you throw those. We have knives. We have big axes. We have saw blades. Anything with a sharp edge, we probably have it.
From northern Colorado, right there between the rolling plains and the Rocky Mountains, this is the Greeley Business Beat. Just your friendly, neighborly corner booth conversations with the incredible humans behind the businesses and local attractions that make Greeley, well, great. Join us as we dive into stories of the people and places that make up the very fabric of our community. Whether you're Greeley born and raised or just passing through, we promise to pull back the curtains on some of our favorite community gems and introduce you to the neighbors who make this place special.
Hi, I'm Becca Vaclavic, your host today for the Greeley Business Beat. I'd like to start off today with a history lesson. Lumberjacks have been performing in competitions for 150 years across the globe. Starting in the 1940s in America, backyard competitions became very popular. And then in the past decade, if you've been out and about in Greeley, in Denver, all sorts of places across our region, you'll see there are lots of places where you can try axe throwing. I'm here today with Matt Estrin, the owner of our very own axe throwing venue, the Hatchet House. Matt, thank you for being here today.
Thank you. I just learned a lot in that intro.
Yeah, I did my research, Matt.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
I didn't, but that's exciting.
Well, that's actually a great place to start. So why the Hatchet House? It wasn't from research. You don't come from many generations of lumberjacks.
I'm not a Viking, yes.
Yeah. So why?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. So I started the distillery. I own 477 Distilling as well. And I started that in 2018. And quickly after starting that, I realized that I kind of had this entrepreneur bug. I would tell people it's like owning a business is like a drug. Never done drugs. So I'm assuming it's like a drug.
It's just a guess.
Where you just like, once you open one, you want to open another. And I was actually down in Denver for a friend's bachelor party at an axe throwing venue. And my entrepreneurial brain started like figuring out like, oh my goodness, I've spent this much money and there's a group of 10 of us and they got this much from us and there's one guy working. And I'm like, this is a genius business. Mm-hmm. It was like awesome. And so it kind of got my brain rolling a little bit. I am very passionate about downtown Greeley, and I really felt like downtown Greeley was missing some entertainment style businesses. I thought, man, this is something that we could bring to downtown. It would be really fun. And so, yeah, gave it a go.
And how many years ago was that now? How long have we had Hatchet House?
We opened in November of 2020, which if you can remember, that was a very fun time. We were open for 4 days before we got shut down for 2 months.
Cloroxing all of your axes.
Yep, it was pretty wild. So.
Yeah, okay. So there's a lot in there I want to follow up on and unpack. First of all, I just want to say thank you. I also think Greeley can stand to have more entertainment options. And so I think it's so cool that we have the Hatchet House. But that's not a question. That's just a comment. Tell me about owning multiple businesses. Tell me about that entrepreneur bug. Why not a 9-to-5? What is it about owning so many businesses? Because we've talked about 2. You own 3, correct?
Technically 4, yeah.
Okay, so you own 4 businesses. Why?
I don't know. Just bad decisions.
It seems to be working out. It seems to be working out.
Yeah, it's not 9-to-5. It's 9-to-9. You're 24/7. You're on all the time. It's fun. I really love trying to bring new stuff to Greeley and other places as well. I have that type of personality, I'm not going to lie, where I thrive on change. I really like change. I would move houses every 2 years if I could.
Me too.
Yeah.
My husband says 3 years, I get an itch, and then we're moving again.
I could move houses all the time. So I have that personality where if I don't have enough change, I'll just rearrange all the furniture in my house. And so for me, I kind of get to a point where I just get excited about new ideas and new things. But I also really like creating spaces. All my businesses are driven around people coming to a place and experiencing something, whether it's 477 and coming to our tasting room and getting great cocktails, or Oak and Maple, where you can come and sit down and get coffee and waffles and whiskey and the whole experience there, or the Hatchet House, which is an entertainment-based venue, but still it's a place for people to come. And so I think a lot of my passion revolves around creating spaces for people to come and enjoy. And I like being challenged with new things. I like new adventures. So all that together, it's kind of like a jumbled answer, but it's like my personality mixed with a passion for spaces, mixed with loving Greeley and wanting to do something really cool in Greeley.
That's a perfect segue because that was going to be my other follow-up. You said you're passionate about downtown Greeley.
Yeah.
What's so great about downtown Greeley?
Oh, the history. It's incredible. I mean, it's just a really historic place. You know, you've got the plazas there, which are really beautiful to be able to walk down. My business, Hogan Maple, is next to the campus. You got the college there, which is a beautiful college and a great place for Greeley. And then the community downtown is something like I've never experienced before. You know, a lot of people kind of assume that like there's a lot of competition amongst business owners, but we actually are all really good friends and we're all rooting for each other. The phrase I like to use all the time is the rising tides lifts all ships. And so like new businesses coming to downtown is fantastic. You know, even businesses similar to mine coming to downtown is fantastic. The community is really, really fun. We're all rooting for each other. And so it's a cool spot.
Say more about downtown Greeley, the future of downtown Greeley. We know that the population is set to just sort of really take off.
Yeah.
What do you think downtown Greeley will be like 5-10 years from now?
It's going to look different in a great way. And I don't know what's in the public and what's not, but there's a lot that's going to happen in downtown. One is Lincoln Park is set to go under a pretty big renovation, which is going to be really exciting to try to make it more user-friendly for families, for people, for music, for festivals, for all that type of stuff that'll connect the rec center to downtown a little bit more, connect the DoubleTree to downtown a little bit more. So that's one thing that is going to be really, really exciting, the revamp of Lincoln Park. There's also a pretty big movement to redo the plazas downtown, which is going to be nice to re-envision and reimagine the two plazas on 8th and 9th and what that could look like, especially with the events that we do in downtown is going to be really cool. 16th Street is going to get a renovation. Closer towards the college is going to get a whole renovation done. So the actual physical look of downtown 5 years from now is going to be drastically different. But I think with all that type of stuff, it's also going to attract a lot more business, which is exciting. A lot more entertainment, more restaurants, more shopping, more of the things that are going to attract people to downtown.
Okay, so tell me a little bit more about the business. I have never been axe throwing.
Okay.
And I was telling you before we were recording that I'm concerned about the safety.
Yeah.
So it's safe.
Yeah.
The axe isn't going to rebound into my face.
I mean, there's always a chance.
There's a small chance. You sign a waiver.
You sign a waiver.
Yeah.
I'm not liable.
What's the experience like when people
Sure.
come to visit?
Yeah. It is very safe. I joke about it. You do sign a waiver, but it's very safe. We've had 0 injuries, no issues. It's really fun. Essentially, you walk into our facility, you'll get checked in, you sign the waiver. If you would like to partake in some sort of a drink, you can. We do serve beer and wine there. No hard spirits, beer and wine. A lot of local beers too, which is fun. We've got some great breweries in our town, so supporting them has been good. And then take you to a lane. The lane has 2 different targets on it. And then we have coaches that will teach you how to throw the axe. We'll give you some ideas for some games. And then you get about an hour and a half to just get all your anger out and throw axes. You know, this is what an axe looks like, and throw it towards a wood target. And it's a lot of fun. You play some different games. If you're competitive, it can scratch that competitive itch. If you're not competitive, that's okay too. There is nothing like the feeling of throwing an axe and watching it land into a board. It's hard to explain until you've done it, but it's very satisfying.
And it's not just axes. You can throw other things, right?
Yes. This business for me is like, it's allowed me to bring out my inner child. So we have ninja stars that you can throw. We have throwing cards. It's like these metal throwing cards.
Cool.
They literally have like ace and king and queen on them, and you throw those. We have knives. We have big axes. We have saw blades. Anything with a sharp edge, we probably have it that you can throw. We don't necessarily offer all those wild, but sometimes this is more just me seeing something in a store, like, I wonder if I could throw that into a piece of wood. But yeah, we have a lot of alternative things to throw too.
Cool. And what sort of community events do y'all have? You have a league, right?
Yeah, 2 nights of leagues. Mondays and Tuesday nights we do team leagues, and it's teams of 4. And the game is called Cornhole, and it lasts a couple hours, and it's a lot of fun. We run 4 seasons a year, and we've had a lot of the same teams season after season. It's been awesome.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
If I have a horrible boss or a terrible ex from college, for example, can I throw axes at their photos?
Oh, heck yeah, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the Hatchet House secrets of you didn't know that if you have a mortal enemy, they can bring in their picture?
You can bring in a picture anytime and throw at faces. We had a group of, during COVID, we had a group of nurses that came and put a picture of the COVID molecule on our axe boards, and they were throwing hatchets at the COVID molecules.
Goes back to that anger release.
Yeah, I will say this. We do an event. It's gotten some bad press, and understandably, but we still do it. But around Valentine's Day, we do an Axe Your Ex event where you can put a picture of your ex on the board.
What's the bad press then?
I don't know.
We all have bad exes.
Violence, I guess.
Sure, but
you're not actually.
it's just their picture.
It's just their picture. It's not like you're going to throw an axe at their actual head.
Yeah.
But if you do, don't blame us.
Right.
It wasn't because of our event. Disclaimer.
Is that in the waiver?
Yeah, it's in the waiver. Yeah.
Okay, so when I think of people in Greeley who own businesses, I think of the families who've been here for decades and decades. And it was, okay, you bought the land or you bought the business when you were in a small town of 10,000, and then your business has had its roots and it's affordable.
Yeah.
You're a millennial. You own...
I think, yeah.
Yeah, we were checking. We were doing the math. You're an elder millennial. I won't say a geriatric millennial, but you're an elder millennial.
I think technically I'm in this zone called Zennials. Have you ever heard of Zennials?
Yeah, you're a cusper.
Like I had a pager, you know? I think it's people that had pagers.
Oh man, I wanted a pager so bad.
Yeah,
I was just a little too young.
Yeah.
Right when they were like early texting pagers, you could send like 4 pre-designed messages. Okay.
So that tells everyone my age.
Yes. It's perfect. What's your recommendation for younger folks who want to try owning their business, who have that entrepreneurial spirit, but are concerned about how to get started in Greeley?
Yeah, I mean, what I would tell you is the resources are endless, and there are so many opportunities for people that want to become business owners, and they can do it. You know, there's some great resources in Greeley. One of the best resources is the SBDC, the Small Business Development Council, which is in the Montfort School of Business down in the basement. It's free. You can go, you can talk to business professionals. They can help you get resources, help you connect with different people. The number one thing I think that young people think of is, well, I don't have money. And even there are resources for that. I mean, banks are readily available to go talk to them. They are pretty creative. A lot of the bankers are looking for new business. And so what I would tell anybody is owning a business is not easy. It's really hard. It's really, really hard. And starting a business is really hard. And I would say probably if I meet with 10 people that want to start their own business, one of them actually does it. And so, you know, it's not for everybody, but if you want to do it, the opportunity is there, no doubt.
Yeah, cool. Okay.
Whether you're a Zennial or younger.
Yeah, Gen Z.
Gen Z.
I think Gen Alpha might still be a little too young, but not long. Now my age is showing as well. Okay, let's go back to the early days of your business. So in those COVID days, what were some of the challenges that you faced that you didn't anticipate?
COVID.
COVID itself.
Yeah, COVID itself. Didn't anticipate that. Yeah, no, I mean, there was all sorts of random stuff. I mean, we literally were open for 4 days and then we got shut down. And so we were shut down for a week. And then we found out that there was this random loophole where bowling alleys were allowed to stay open as long as you had a reservation, and there was only one group in the bowling alley at a time. And we did a bunch of research and realized that we were under the same entertainment zone as a bowling alley. So we were able to open back up for reservation only for groups 10 or smaller in one group at a time. And so we actually did all right. We had groups coming in and throwing and sanitized everything and made sure it was clean. And so we were able to survive. And honestly, like it was a bit of a blessing in disguise. It allowed us to kind of get our bearings underneath us in terms of like the processes and training our staff and all that type of fun stuff. So it was a weird time, but we figured it out.
What was the biggest pivot for you mentally in moving sort of industries? Your other businesses, you've got a distillery, you've got a restaurant. This is very different from that.
I think they all carry a lot of the same underlying themes. It's a space where people gather and have a good time. And I think amongst all my businesses, it's a really similar theme, even though the industries are different from, you know, spirits production and distribution and tasting room to restaurant and food to entertainment. I think they all carry a lot of the similar themes, but the challenge is exciting for me. The something new is exciting for me. And so it was, you know, there wasn't a moment where it was like this light bulb of like, oh, I need to, you know, it was like, I'm ready for something new. It'll be fun. We'll try it. Yeah.
Where do you get your wood?
I was going to come up with a really funny creative answer, but the truth is we just order it from a company and it shows up on a pallet. It's not that exciting. Yeah. Shows up on a pallet and it looks like this. Not marked up, but yeah.
Yeah. So do you prep the targets yourself?
We prep the targets, yeah.
I don't know enough about distributors. I'm like, is there an axe throwing target distributor?
Yeah.
So
I mean, there really is,
So
out of like
go.
Indiana, and it shows up once a month on a big pallet. And
love that.
Yeah. It's not that exciting.
No.
I should be like, we go into the forest and we chop down the trees
Well,
and then we hand cut them. We pray over each
use
board.
our barrels from the distillery and all of these. I'm hoping I'm going to get something. And you're like, nope, it's
we just order them pre-cut.
A factory. That's where you would expect. What's a great business memory specifically related to the Hatchet House where you were like, oh, yes, we're doing what we should be doing. This has staying power. I feel really good about this.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say there's any one specific memory other than, when you walk into a space that is yours and it's your business and it's full and people are smiling and they're having fun and they're laughing, you just get this feeling of like, this is it. This is why I created this, Yeah. And so anytime I walk into the Hatchet House or 477 or Oak and Maple and it's a full room and people are genuinely enjoying themselves, it's a constant reminder like, this is why I do what I do. That and money, but yeah.
Sure.
Mostly people. Yeah, bills. My kids eating, but no, that's it.
Yeah. Have there been days where you think like, I should have gone with the office job. What am I doing?
Every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's days, man. That's one thing I would tell business owners all the time, and there's really discouraging days in business, ownership, especially in the early days when, the stats are staggering. 50% of businesses close within the first 2 years. After that, an additional 50% close within 5 years. And so like the odds are stacked against every new business that opens. And, when you've invested this time, you've invested this money, it's your idea, it's your passion being displayed for other people to see. And when, the room is not full or when people aren't having fun or you get that 1-star review or a customer's upset, like it can be really discouraging, no doubt. And, most people see the smile and the fun Matt. My wife sees the super stressed out Matt, and so she could probably tell you more stories than anybody else.
She's like, I remember the day.
But there are dark days in business ownership, no doubt about that. The good days outweigh the dark days much further. And the reality is, if it fails, it fails. And at least I tried,
Yeah. What do you think it is about the businesses you have launched that have given them staying power, especially with 477, but Hatchet House as well? You're getting past some of those early statistic numbers.
Sure. Yeah. I always tell people, man, the community that we are in is incredible and the people in our community are incredible. I think that Greeley people are really proud of Greeley and really proud of Greeley businesses and take it upon themselves to make sure that businesses succeed here. I believe our products are really good. I believe what we produce is really good. I believe the entertainment value of the Hatchet House is good. The food at Oak and Maple is good. I believe that our staff is incredible. These are things that help build the brand. But at the end of the day, I really believe that it's the community that really gathers around local business and says, we're going to make sure this works.
Okay, before we go, I want to do some rapid fire.
Yeah.
Movies or TV?
Ooh, TV.
Okay. Up all night or sleep all day?
Up all night.
Okay. Tattoos or piercings? I noticed you have tattoos. I know, me too. That's why I knew I could ask.
No piercings. I don't do piercings. Yeah, tattoos all day.
When you're axe throwing, teams or solo?
Teams, because I always lose. But if I'm on a team, I have a chance of winning.
Okay. Yeah. Throwing underhand or overhand?
Overhand.
Is that the only way? Is that
no? You go underhand too. Yeah.
You're like, that's the only choice.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like to throw? Axes or stars or cards?
Cards.
Yeah,
cards are really fun.
All right. Love that.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us again today. We love hearing about your passion for Greeley and your businesses.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Like what you're hearing on the Greeley Business Beat? Do us a favor and share this episode. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and be sure to leave a review. We'll be rounding up businesses and attractions each month, so sit back, tune in, and we'll be dishing up the stories that make Greeley great. The Greeley Business Beat is a production of the City of Greeley in collaboration with 1K Creative. Greeley is one of the few spots in Colorado that combines the best of everything the state has to offer. Beautiful vistas, deep agricultural roots, easy access to the outdoors, and a vibrant and friendly community. Learn more at visitgreeley.com. And until next time, stay connected to the heart of Greeley.